Hello there. The next tune in our Arban Duets cycle is another air. And I've had my students ask me a question, what is an air? Is it what you breathe? Yes. But that's not what they had in mind. Air is also spelled A-Y-R-E, and it's an aria, you might think of it, which is a song. So a lot of the music of this period was either designated for dance music, which would be a tune, usually referred to as a tune, or an air, which is a song, a melody, either sung or played on an instrument. So what we have today is an air by Grétry, who was a Belgian-French composer. Now the only reason I know this is because I just looked it up on the internet and found a lot of different sources about his life. And it got me thinking, you know, this book is written by Jean-Baptiste Arban, a Frenchman from the 1800s. And so he's a European white male. And it's become a very common thing in our culture now to say, wait a minute, there are a lot of composers who aren't being represented here. But much of the traditional music that we study in conservatory, hence the complete conservatory method of Arban, is the European origins. And so Grétry was French-Belgian. He was a composer primarily of comic opera. And he was pretty well known and pretty successful in his lifetime. But I looked at that when I was a kid. It's like, I look at that, it's like, Grétry? Okay, never heard of him. And maybe that'll be the way it is with, you know, the Beatles someday. Nobody will remember, but somehow I doubt that. In any case, I know you guys want to play, and so we'll get to the music. And again, I'm bringing my own interpretation to this, but now that I know that he wrote primarily comic opera, that gives me a little bit different idea about maybe the character of the music. And for me, that's a starting place for everything that happens when you're trying to make music, when you're playing the instrument, is what is the music expressing? And as I said before, sometimes you need to use your imagination a little bit, and you could be wrong, but it doesn't matter as long as it works, as long as the character is conveyed to the people who are listening. So let's see if I can do a rendition of this for you. This one's a little bit longer, and it has, you probably noticed, it says DC, da capo. The head, go back to the top, go back to the beginning, and play until fine, the end. In case you're wondering about those mysterious markings there. So here we go. I noticed a little, I think I made a mistake there, right near the end. So I'm going to correct that for you. I played instead of so you get the idea. And it works either way, because the second trumpet player is not playing at that point. Although I'm sure that Grétry would have said, "No, wait a minute, you made a mistake." So now that you know, you'll when you see that I'm playing a little bit different note, I played a B flat instead of a C, that you'll compensate for that. Not to worry. Okay, let me go ahead and play the second part. And again, this part has, which is often the case, this part is kind of an accompanying part that's got moving notes. Now, before I start on this, another little point In the third bar, in the second trumpet part, I see that it's marked B natural on the first eighth note of the bar. And in all the other editions, it's not marked as a B natural. It stays a B flat as in the key signature. So these are things for you to check out if you're a scholar, you're an investigator, a musicologist. You can look at these things, and it's interesting to see if we can figure out. Again, I think it will work harmonically either way, but it does change the harmony as you listen to it. So these aren't critical things. I realize most of you folks just want to have some fun and play. So I'm going to stop talking and go ahead and play the second trumpet part for you. Here we go. Okay, hope that was fun. I'll see you in the next section. Bye-bye.